One. We are on, guys. IssaTruth Live. Here we go. Current events of the day. Bibi and Trump on the outs. Who knows? Iran's nuclear program. Not so bad, you guys. They said that they set him off for. They set him behind for years or something like that, but it ended up being a few months, supposedly. The Russians leaked it, or apparently the Americans leaked it. I don't know. What do you guys think? This way. All that coming up. Glad to know what you guys think. Gaza's still going on, y'all. So, welcome in. Let's go. We're going to get down to the nitty gritty today. All the current events of the day, you guys. Welcome. Welcome Kenneth. Welcome Isa Haddad. IssaTruth, Isa Haddad. Maybe we already connected. So the big thing of today is apparently it got leaked in the United States, or out of the United States, out of the government. There was a leak saying that Iran's nuclear program's okay, and that our strike only set them back a few months. I don't know. Gaza's still going on. Who am I? I'm Isa. I'm Isa. You're Isa Haddad, and I'm Isa. Who are you? That's funny. But yeah, we got more than that. More than the Iran nuclear things being okay. We got Gaza still going on, you guys. We have, we have another incident with the aid. U.S. and Israel aid. Am I Christian? Yes, Isa Haddad, I am Christian. W Palestinian Christians. Heck yeah, Musa. Palestinian Christians, we are of the purest DNA. We can definitely claim to be the ancient Hebrews or Israelites. Love Jesus. I love Jesus. Jesus actually spoke out against the injustices of the time. And that's exactly what I'm doing. Ooh, somebody came in hot. Moose the deer. Moose the deer, huh? Moose the deer, have you ever been deer hunting? Are you from Israel? Are you Israeli? Hey, brother, what's going on? How you doing? Welcome in, you guys. So Gaza's still going on, though. So, God bless Iran. Yeah, Iran ran the IDF. They ran crying to Big Daddy United States. Trump is fuming at the IDF right now. That's so funny, Moose the deer. You didn't answer my question, man. You're just, you're hitting and running, huh? That's funny. The funny guy. It's a funny guy, that guy, Moose the deer. Israel controls the U.S. Yes, CB3. APEC, if you go to their, their convention every year, 2/3 of our Congress attends APEC's convention every year. You guys can look that up. They lobbied over 450, Israel, exactly. Okay, what is it? Why don't you Palestine? Judea. What's a Palestinian? A Palestinian is somebody who lives in the land that was called Palestine for thousands of years, Judea. Somebody that's from there. Somebody that is of the culture from there, Mr. Judea. What is an Israeli? Judea? Question for question, maybe? No? Yes? Who knows? Who do we got trying to... Lord Maga. I'm going to do my intro, but I'm going to let you in probably. I haven't seen any Lord Maga. Moose the deer knows a little bit of Arabic, probably because he has Arabic friends. Good job, Moose. We teach all our friends that don't know Arabic. We teach them the swear words first. So good job. I wonder if you actually know. Moose the deer. Answer what? You asked me a question, or did Judea? Devin Seeper, shout out. Actually, never a country called Palestine. Yeah, but there was a land called Palestine for a very, very, very long time. Um, a lot longer than the land called Israel. The land of Israel, the land of Jacob. Uh, yeah, maybe the land of Jacob, Eretz Israel, Palestine. I have probably the biggest DNA claim out of anybody there. My people do, to be the ancient Hebrews. Who invented Palestine? Well, Israel was invented by Ben Gurion and the Zionist entity. And about maybe 10 years later, the Palestinians founded their identity. So they were created at about the same time. Does anybody know about the partition plan in 1947? 67.9. Hey! What up? What up, me and you? Welcome. Thanks for liking my videos, man. Appreciate it. Up or I got you got low numbers? Up or I got you? I don't know, Lord Maga. I might have low numbers. I just started this TikTok thing. Not really trying to be a TikToker, you know. I have a pretty cool life, but when you see injustice in the world, you got to stand up and you gotta fight it, no matter what. Oh, nice, nice, Declat, nice, very nice, very nice. You know what's funny about the Zios is they come in, they hit and run. They look, can you answer my question? So you never heard of King David, King Solomon? Yeah, who? My ancestors that you're claiming? Those ones? You know, the Palestinians can be related to them too. Moose the deer. Moose the deer. Moose the deer, you never answered my question. Do you go deer hunting? Why are you Moose the deer? You're a moose and a deer? Which one are you? I don't know. Yeah, I mean, if you guys look at the early founding, hey, hi, Sonic, welcome. If you guys look at the early, Zionist entity in the land of Palestine during the British Mandate, King David Hotel, the Aragoons, the Stearns Gang, the Haganah, you guys can definitely look up what they've done. Yes, you're right, Emos. And then, fun fact, 250,000 Palestinians were expelled before the creation of Israel in 1947 and 48. You guys can look this up. The partition plan now, but that the newly founded UN partitioned to the Arabs and the Jews was 55% of the land went to the Jews, even though they made up about 30% of the population only and owned only 10% of that land. So when they say, oh, why did the Palestinians? Well, you already were expelling and doing things like Deir Yassin in April, a month before the creation of Israel. And then the partition plan was totally in the Zionist favor. So that's why they rejected it in 1948. Yeah, I've seen that. That was another thing. IDF took such a loss. Can I show you a Palestinian? Oh, there's many. What are you talking about, Judea? Do they not show you things like that in Israel? Because it's crazy, like the fact that you guys deny there's people living in that land. Do you believe that it was what is it, a land with no people for a people with no land? That's what they teach you? Go look up what Seth Rogen says about that. All talk, no proof. Okay, Judea. The thing is, in the old days before the internet, Judea, you guys could just pop off like a pimp to his, you know what, his O's. and nobody could question you because they couldn't fact check you. Now we can fact check you. So everybody fact check Judea. Google Palestinian artifacts. Show us a relic. Let me pull out a relic real quick of here. Hold on. Let me go pull this archaeology. Oh my goodness. What is this? Joking. Funny Judea. You're a funny guy. You're a funny guy. How come they can't DNA test the old Hebrew or Israelite bones that you guys dig up? Probably because they come back with my DNA and not yours. Show them my Arabian sword. I'm American, so I don't have Arabian. Oh, you know what? I have something resembling an Arabian sword, you guys. I don't know. It's pretty cool. I have a few. I'm a collector. I'm a history guy. Me and you. I just looked. I'm like, oh yeah, maybe in one of my many artifacts. I've traveled around the world. What's funny is the whole world does not support Israel, though. Shady Mama Sorry things. I don't know if that was directed towards me, but yeah. Hello from Argentina. Welcome. Love Argentina. Love South America. Been there. Free Israel. LeBron. That's funny. LeBron, and he's an undercover Zio. But free Israel from what, Mr. LeBron? He's probably going to say Palestinians. It's funny. Kashi. Wow, Kashi, you have an interesting picture, man. What are you, a soldier? I didn't see you, Kashi. If you're a Zio, don't say anything crazy. This is a very respectful adult live, you know? You know what? Hold on one second. Let me get my my headphones in so people don't have reverb. Are you with us?
I'm with
Kashi?
you.
Kashi? I said, I don't hear you, man.
Can you hear me?
You know what, Kashi? Hold on. I'm going to disconnect you. Where's the artifact? I don't know, man. I'm not an archaeologist. So I'm literally on my live right now. What are you talking about, dude?
I think it's you. I can hear you.
Well, yeah. If it's Pallywood, we did a pretty good job because here's a Palestinian right here.
Okay, can I give a shout out to all my boys?
What's up? Sorry, man. I just connected. If I was talking over you, what's up, brother?
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I want to just congratulate all my boys in their 12-day fight against a country that I was born in. I was born in Iran.
So you're Iranian. Okay, nice. Are you Shia? Are you Sunni?
I'm a Yehudi, not Shia or Sunni.
Okay, and you would like to congratulate the Iranians?
Well, not yet. I will congratulate them when they get rid of the regime. Not yet. They're almost there.
Okay. But you're congratulating them on the Israeli, basically, defense.
Yes, the Israeli defense.
Okay. They showed they were strong. Oh,
well, strong is a nice way to put it. It was more than strong. I mean, look at how they decimated the military in 12 days.
The military. Who are you talking about? The Iranian
I'm talking
military?
About the IRGC. Yeah, the Iranian military. The IRGC, they call it, yes.
They decimated the IDF, you're saying?
Well, they didn't unalive a single IDF, so I don't think IDF was decimated. If you don't, not even one IDF
but they decimated. Did you see that the Iranian general, though, that he came he resurrected like Jesus?
Mr. Ghani.
Yeah. He came back, huh?
He came back. Yes. Of the 300 we unalive, the one survived. He's also the one that they accused him of being a jasus. He's the commander of Quds. That's what they accused him. That was the rumors. So during the Hezbollah, if you remember, all of a sudden in 2 weeks, Israel took out so many Hezbollah leaders.
With the pagers, right?
No, after the pagers. Pagers was the initial.
How come they signed a ceasefire? I have one question. Are you in Israel right now? Are you in Iran?
I mean,
probably not in Iran, talking like that.
Of course not. Yeah, hold on.
I was going to say. Okay, where do you live over there?
Hold on.
Okay. Did you take any damage? Did you see anything?
We didn't take damage. It got close. But let me tell you something. We would sacrifice everything for our homeland. which is Israel.
Oof.
So okay, we will sacrifice. This is where we belong.
You sound like the other people in the Middle East that you guys don't like right now, man.
Who?
I'm a Christian. I'm a Christian. We're like the hippies over there. My family lives under occupation in the West Bank. I'm Palestinian. My DNA is almost purely from that land. You're just you guys are kind of, you guys are very similar to the people that you don't like. Maybe that's why you guys fight a lot, huh?
Who don't I like? The Palestinians? You talking about Palestinians?
Well, no, I'm saying like, well, we would sacrifice everything for the land. You sound a little bit is it?
We never left the land. Some of our brothers left Europe. We never left. We've been here.
Yeah, I never left.
We never left.
Yeah, I never left. My family never left.
I was born in Iran.
They mentioned my dad was born in Palestine in the West Bank, in the same village that was mentioned in John 11:54. I know you guys don't believe in the New Testament, but Josephus, even before that, but he can't go back and live like you came from Iran and you got citizenship. My dad can't do that. But here I am in the United States, which is definitely better than living over where you live, or the other side, right?
I can live anywhere in the world. I travel all the time. I can live except Iran. I can live anywhere in the world.
How nice, man! That's really nice. That's
Iran
nice.
You're a lucky guy. I can live.
Do you have dual citizen or one citizenship?
I have one citizenship, proud, but I can travel anywhere except few countries. One of them is my birth country, which is Iran, which inshallah soon it will be free, and I will travel to my birthplace and I buy a house.
Yeah. Well, what happened? I thought they were doing the Operation Rising Lion, and they signed a ceasefire quick. I thought it was about the regime change.
No.
Trump seems like he wants to do business with them, right? What do you guys feel about President Trump now that he called Israel out? And how's the feeling about Trump?
First, let me correct you on one thing. Prime Minister Bibi made it very clear that the goal was not to change the regime, although we all like to see the regime.
But he came out and kind of like spoke to the people and was like, hey, what was the goal? Because there was also a leak in the United States saying that they only set back the Iranian program by like a few months. Did you see that? Like straight out of the White House, the leak.
Well, there was a
So what did they exactly do?
I trust the Israelis more than the CNN. Look, Israelis, what they've done. Every single leader.
You just trust them. Israelis, they don't lie, right? They don't lie at all. Israel.
Well, look at their intelligence. Look what they did to that country.
Remember that calendar they found in Gaza?
Yeah. 2 years of fight. We have few things. One of them is a calendar, the list.
And why can't they defeat the H group yet? It's been so long, man. They just took like huge losses today. But they somehow beat Iran's military?
Can I answer one at a time? So first you said that they didn't achieve their goal. Before the war started, Israel said that the operation was going to take 4 days to 14 days.
4. And what was it going to do?
It was 12 days. He said that we're going to go after the nuke sites, which Israel claims they did. We're going to go after the military sites. They hit 1,500 military sites. And we're going to go after the rocket launcher and the rockets. They took out thousands.
And they did.
I'm giving the IDF numbers. I'm not there to count how many they took out. The IDF claims that they took out 1,000 rockets, 1,500 military sites, and overall 3,500 sites. And they unalived hundreds of generals. Okay, these are the IDF numbers. Yeah. And I speak Farsi. I do watch Iran International, is the biggest news network, Farsi speaker outside Iran. And they verify some of these claims that IDF made. Okay, that's that.
Yeah.
And the second question you asked me, why they don't defeat the H group, the Hamas, as you call them, in Gaza, and it's so easy to defeat the military. If you look at the history against 67 in Egypt, you talk about Syria, about other countries.
Yeah, they won super fast.
So
fast. How can they not? How can they not beat? How can they not? Like even Vietnam, in the United States, like they used to go in the tunnels.
Yes.
And would they have? I seen a drone today where they were flying it between the people. Like they have so much technology, and it's just kind of weird. And then without the foreign journalists being allowed to let in, it just looks very fishy in Gaza that they were able to achieve peace with Lebanon, achieve peace with Iran so fast, a ceasefire. But in Gaza, they just can't seem to find it, right?
Yes.
And they have and what do you think is their plan? about Gaza? Like, what is their plan for Gaza?
Okay, well, first let me answer what I know. I don't want to speculate what their plan is. You're saying that why
Mm-hmm.
can they beat? First, militarily, they did defeat Hamas. But when you fight a military, which we fought in the last 75 years quite a few times,
Mm-hmm.
it's easy. Military, they have bases. Iran had bases. That's a lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
It's a huge country I'm familiar with. They have bases. Egypt had bases. You attack the base, it's easy. Very few
Mm-hmm.
civilian casualties because it's a legitimate country with legitimate army with base. But
Mm-hmm.
Hamas, they did not have a single military base inside Gaza. They had the police, they had the parliament, they had few
Mm-hmm.
government, but there was not
And
a
they got
military
the,
base.
the
Okay, there was no.
hospitals. They got all these
Perfect.
things that
Thank
got
you.
attacked,
Here
right?
you go. Thank you. See, you're
Like
proving my
like
point.
the Mossad's base under the hospital, same thing, right?
You're saying it. You're saying it. See, you took the words out of my mouth. Yeah, they use a hospital as a
It's the
base.
same
Okay.
thing underneath. You guys do the same, right? But
No,
here's
no.
the thing I'm asking you: why wouldn't you guys evacuate the Palestinians if you don't want the civilian casualties? Why wouldn't you like set something up in Israel right across the border and just clear it out and go in there? That way, the Palestinians don't leave, because you know what happens every time the Palestinians leave. They're not allowed back.
Well, ask Egypt. Egypt, they built this barrier, these huge fences that Palestinians they cannot
Yeah.
leave. You're
Everybody
asking me.
built huge, but that's more protection from Israel as well, right?
No, but no, any war, we've never seen a neighboring country build fences like Egypt built. Don't defend the Egyptians.
Well, I mean, we can't defend the Egyptians. They don't. They're afraid of being struck by Big Daddy United States for Israel, just like
Okay.
they had to they had to strike for Israel this time.
The
Every
question you
time,
ask,
actually, every time they get a lot of help from their friends.
okay, what would be your suggestion? Let me ask you. You're a fair guy. I enjoy
Yeah,
talking to
yeah,
you
yeah,
so
yeah.
far. You're fair and you seem honest.
Well,
Let me ask
yeah,
you
brother. I
something, if
think
you allow me.
1967 border, brother. 1967 borders, immediate pullout, United Nation troops at the border of Israel and the new state of Palestine. The settlers, if they want Palestinian stateship or citizenship, they can be Palestinian citizens. If they want to leave, they can leave. Refugees is
Come
something
back.
that some refugees can come back. It's just got to be like a proven thing. Like, hey, they were kicked out of Haifa, they were kicked out of here, they were kicked out of there. And you just, East Jerusalem being either the Palestinian capital or, and just East Jerusalem. Outside of East Jerusalem, Israel can have it. And nobody wants the 48 borders. The 67 is fine. What else? Oh, and honestly, I think even if they made Jerusalem as a whole, United Nations like city for the world,
Okay, so you're saying that if you do believe in a two-state solution, if Israel pulls back the
definitely.
67 border, and they make Jerusalem as the capital, you would recognize Israel.
East Jerusalem,
East
East
Jerusalem,
Jerusalem,
and then West could
with
be Israel capital.
with United Nations peacekeeping troops, similar to like Lebanon and Syria and all these places
Okay.
that had it before with Israel.
Uh,
You
uh,
have a peacekeeping force for at least 20 to 30 years with the
I
Israeli
hope you mean it.
military behind
Okay.
it.
First, I hope you do mean it. But if you look at, if
Of
you go to
course,
West Bank, if you go to West Bank and ask the same question, there are people doing interviews on
I'm
YouTube.
from
People from
I'm
West
from
Bank.
the West Bank.
Okay,
I'm from the West Bank. You know
you
what they
can
tell
go.
me in the West Bank, real quick, brother? Because I always wear a beard like this. Last time I was there was 3.5 years ago. They told me you look like H group, shave your beard. Everybody in the West Bank. So the West Bank is very moderate. If you go to Ramallah, you see it. There's I'm Christian, There's bars, there's
Gay club.
nightclubs, there's
I know.
restaurants, there's gay stuff. I mean, everything is a lot different in the
And
West Bank
yes, and they live a better life. But from what we see, people from the West
under
Bank, when they interview
occupation.
them, what we see is that when they interview people from the West Bank, they ask them the same question: do you believe in a two-state solution? Almost every answer, if maybe 99% of the answer is no. The whole thing belongs
Well,
to us. We don't want to
Well,
be next to them. That's what they say.
I can interview 1,000 people and only give them, put the answers I want out just to make people think that. I had somebody the other day. I don't want to say his name just because I don't want people to hate on him, but he's a Jewish guy. He sent me a message. He said, "Man, I like how respectful you are on the lives. I grew up in a Zionist family. As a kid, when I'd go visit Jerusalem, my parents would tell me stay away from the Palestinians. I couldn't imagine why people hated us because of our religion." And then he started, realizing different things. And he started seeing, the other side of the struggle, and he came to a conclusion that both people can live in peace. Most people, especially Palestinian people who, you see it. You live under occupation. They shut the West Bank down in a drop of a dime if they wanted to. And they do quite often. You live like that your whole life. Peace, a meaningful peace, is definitely going to go a long way. So I don't think the Palestinians, really, even in '48, they were willing to go with a partition plan. They never wanted them all the way out. Maybe in '48, after the Arabs in the war in '67. I mean, when there's war rhetoric, there's war rhetoric. But this is a long, long time. The PA is definitely pro two-state solution. I would do a one-state solution. I just don't think Israel and the Israelis would go for it.
Yeah, the same PA that have a 90% disapproval rating in the West Bank. So I'm not sure.
Well, they need to go. They definitely need to go.
Yeah.
They need to go because they're corrupt in their own ways, just like the Bibi government is corrupt in their own ways.
Sure, okay, no problem. We're not loyal to Bibi. We're loyal to the state of Israel. I don't.
Yes. You're a democracy. Yeah. Bibi's got to go. I mean, most Israelis I talk to like that.
For different reasons that you hate them. We hate him for different reasons that you guys don't like him.
Well, I mean, for
domestic stuff. I don't like him for domestic stuff. The guy's very intelligent.
Corruption charges and this, and then he's not a good look. Like Omer. Omer was a peaceful guy. For the most part. Omer, the former prime minister. Oh, did he? Oh, I bet he did.
Okay, for corruption. You like him now because he's on the left, yeah. Ehud Barak didn't go to jail. Maybe you should say Ehud Barak, not Omer.
Ehud Barak too. He wasn't too peaceful, but how long's Netanyahu been the leader of Israel? Like 20 years total, right?
Not the straight. If you combine all the years, 17 years, the most by any prime minister.
Yeah, that's a lot, man. That's okay. And the settlement activities. I think it's time for fresh leadership on both sides. Maybe we can get back to like the Yitzhak Rabin days,
Well, unfortunately not. I wish. Well, here's the thing. Let me give me 1 minute if you don't mind. I make it fast. I can't speak.
Yeah, go ahead, brother.
Sure. Okay. First, I salute you because in TikTok you don't see this. You don't see people talking about two states. So I think it's a start. It's amazing to hear this because the more radical you guys act, from my side, they're going to come here and act more radical. They're going to talk about Ben Gavir and the whole thing belongs to us.
Both sides, Ben Gavir and Daniela Weiss. There's a lot. There's on both sides, brother. There's both sides.
It's TikTok talk. These are TikTok because when you act radical on TikTok, when people on your side making fun of Israeli kids, something happening to them, then on our side, they're going to do the same thing on TikTok. But in reality, let me speak to reality. In reality, majority of Israelis, they want a two-state solution until that dark day. I used to be on TikTok all the time before October 7th, talk about two-state. I'm a moderate. I'm anti-settler. I was anti-Bibi. I used to come here with a very few audience, talk about peace. But unfortunately, October 7th set us back because the people that were attacked, the kibbutzim, they were not the settlers. The kibbutzim are the liberals, are the lefties, are the hippies, as you call them.
Yeah, they're the hippies. Yes, and also with a military base thing too. But also, wasn't there a huge security breach and possibly Bibi and Ben Gavir? I mean, you've seen it, Smoltrich, all these guys. You don't think, they maybe heard about it and let it happen to the people? Would you put that past them? Are you allowed to say these things? Because I have cousins that are Israeli citizens. I know, but
I can say
I have cousins that say Yeah, they live in like Haifa, and they can't. They tell me they
No,
can't
no,
like
no,
talk
no.
like that on
I,
the internet.
I am not. I'm not giving any secret of the military, any classified information. I'm not
Yeah,
giving here.
yeah.
It's a free country. I can say anything I want as long as I'm not giving any classified information from my years in the military. So, uh,
Mm-hmm.
to be very fair, and I hate to say this, when you see the amount of intelligence that took place in Iran, a country far away, in Lebanon, and when you knew they took out guys that Iranians don't know who these guys were. They had roles in the
Mm-hmm.
military. Sometimes it makes it a little challenging to defend what happened, the security breach in October 7. When you have so much intelligence, you had a base inside Iran that took off. You had drones inside Iran. You went after people's bedroom. You went after the commander's bedroom and you took him out. So sometimes, yes. Do I believe in conspiracies? No. But yes, they did drop the
Oh,
ball.
thank you.
And
Yeah, they dropped the ball,
they
and
dropped the ball. Yeah.
I think with because Bibi was always. I mean, some say that he had something to do with Rabin.
He did.
You see, I don't know. I'm not Israeli, but I was a fan of that era of Palestinian Israeli history because that was the closest I think we were ever to peace.
Yes, me too.
Um,
We didn't
and
hate
they,
each other as much.
so I think Bibi, because nobody wants it. The Israelis don't want it anymore, and neither do obviously the Palestinians. I mean, there's
Yeah,
an element to
yes.
both sides, you can say, but for the most part, human beings want to live in peace, right? So,
Yes,
and you
and
said you
we,
served in the IDF. Did you do time in the West Bank?
yes.
Okay, so you stopped like, I mean, you've seen like I'm an American, but I've been there, so I've been stopped at the checkpoint. So you've seen things over there that same like me.
Uh,
I'm sure that you held yourself to utmost accountability, but
it was a
I've
while
been,
ago.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
during my time, things were not as tense, and I didn't say anything crazy, and I'm glad for that. So there's no PTSD here, but I was easygoing. I was looking for troublemaker. I was not there to make people's life. And I was born in Iran. We grew up with Muslims, so if you have someone
Hmm.
from Russia that just gets to Israel, they never see Muslim before. Yeah, they might have a different perspective of Muslims than when people, the
Yeah, or an
Israeli,
American. Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
I
or the
can't
American
tell
from
you.
Florida. Yeah, yeah. So
Mhm.
we from Iran, from Morocco, from Iraq, uh, the ones that
Yeah,
came from Middle East.
you're a minority like I am. I'm a Christian
No,
from
no,
there. We're the
no,
biggest
well,
minority.
no, not really. Half Israel are Mizrahi and Sephardi. Half of us, half the country. You don't see us in the government role as much. You
Oh,
don't
yeah,
see
yeah.
us.
You guys don't
Yeah.
see us in the. Yeah, you don't see you guys in the universities too much. It's all Ashkenazi and
Well,
Russian.
I wouldn't say
You
all,
guys are
but
like the store owners. You guys are like the Arab.
yes, they're smarter
Uh,
than us. The Ashkenazis are smarter. I give it
no,
to them.
man,
Ashkenazis are bigger.
no,
Yeah, yeah. We're more
no.
like the business side.
They just were in positions of power longer, man. That's all. You
God
guys are
bless them.
like the Arab parties in Israel.
God,
You guys got to get
well,
stronger.
I wouldn't say with the airport. I wouldn't go that far because the head of the defense was from Iran. The ex-president was from Iran. Moshe Katsav was from the city of Yazd. So I wouldn't go that far. But my point was, when we saw Arab brothers and sisters, we didn't say that, oh my God, these guys hate us, because our family, they grew up with Muslims. Well, not Arabs. We from Iran, we Persians. So, but you see the Moroccan Jews or the Iraqi Jews, Egyptian Jews, or Yemenite Jews, they grew up with Arabs. So we had a different perspective than some kid that just came from Ukraine and he became a
Yeah,
soldier.
yeah.
That's all
I
I'm
mean,
saying.
you could even see yourself in a lot of them.
I did see
Same way me.
myself.
Yeah, same as a Christian. So, yeah, I think, man, two-state solution, especially with what's happening now in Gaza. I think the response has been. I mean, everybody sees it. The whole world has kind of changed their mind. I think for Israel to get back to being halal or kosher, um, with the world, I think this two-state solution thing needs to happen and happen in the next, I don't know, 10 years or so. It's undeniable at this point, in my
I want to give
opinion.
my little input. How I understand
So,
TikTok helped, according to you, bring a lot of awareness, but TikTok has done a lot of bad things to a lot of this trolling. Like you see that a lot of TikTok accounts, pro-Pali they call themselves, they make fun of Israeli civilians dying. They make fun of Israelis, and these
it's
videos.
both ways.
Yeah,
It's
but no, no,
both
no.
ways.
Both ways, of course, and then they retaliate. But the
Mm-hmm.
thing is, sometimes
You
the
should see some of my
retaliation.
comments on
No,
my
no,
videos.
I've seen. I've been doing this for a while on TikTok. But what I'm saying
Yeah.
is that there are kids in the military. They see this, and I'm afraid when they see these videos, they trigger to act the way that they're not supposed to act. That because
Yeah, I mean,
there's okay, you get what I'm saying, right? I'm not
yeah,
trying to
yeah,
spell it
yeah.
out.
I mean,
Okay,
I've been, I was in the West Bank before all this stuff happened, and I've seen people just, they don't. There was cool ones, and then there was ones that, you know what I'm saying? They were like, you could tell, like they could not stand you, you know. So
yes.
yeah, I
So
mean,
so
I can see what you're saying for sure, bro.
my advice is for my people. First, I saw some Jews. They were not from Israel. In Israel, if you do this, you could go to jail for doing this. God forbid, if I try to disrespect the holy book, the Christian holy book or the Quran in Israel, I will go to jail for incitement. There's a thing called incitement. Like Israeli
What
newspaper.
about that Israel Day with the flags? That they do a lot of crazy stuff that day.
Well, they're not supposed to, but the number one thing is that you cannot disrespect the religion. You cannot disrespect the prophet of Islam or Jesus in the newspaper. If you do, you get arrested for incitement.
Yeah,
So,
and the
but
Palestinians same way because we all
same
believe
way.
in the
And
same
well,
stuff. Yeah,
the Palestinians don't do it usually. They don't burn
never
Moses'
would. Yeah,
picture. No, they
that's
would never
yeah,
do
they
it.
would never.
And Jews did. But unfortunately, you see it on TikTok. But these are not Jews from Israel. These are Jews
No.
in America. These are kids, and this also may be that they're non-Jews. They're people that just hate both of us. They try to incite. So I always spoke against it. I never
Hmm.
disrespected Muslims, although you're not Muslim, I'm not Muslim, but we have Muslims in Israel, we have Muslims in the military, we have Muslim friends who support us. And I also saw the other side. They disrespected Jews. And I told them that if you're true Muslim, you don't disrespect the Jewish religion because your holy book is respected. Your holy book is respected. So,
Yeah, I think people that are from over there for the Palestinians and Israelis, they would never do it. Here in America, um, it's a little bit more extreme and less religious for sure. I mean, here it's like almost like nobody really goes to church or whatever, you know.
absolutely.
So I could definitely see it on both sides, man. I could definitely see. Hopefully, though, I mean, one day we'll have some peace. When people say free Palestine, they mean free the people, from the occupation. I mean, you've been at checkpoints, you've seen it,
Yes, I've seen it.
you've seen the traffic jams even, and just stupid things like that. That kind of just self determination, man, and a whole new
Inshallah.
fight to get people into to get themselves legitimized would go a long way, man. And I think Israel at this point they have to do it. The old Israelis, they knew it. They knew they had to go
Yes.
make a
The,
peace deal.
the old
The
Israel.
new ones, little
It's a little
different.
different. One thing I want to mention before I leave, thank you for all the time you gave me. I don't want to take much
No,
of your
no problem,
time.
man.
I guess one country that's inciting a lot of this stuff is a country that we just fought, the Iranian government, not the Iranian people. Iranian government, they believe in this Shia Khalifa, that they want to expand the Shia Khalifa from Iran all the way to Quds. That's what they want to do.
Hmm.
And they clearly don't care about Palestinian lives or Lebanese or
Yeah,
Yemen.
yeah.
Right?
I
They don't
don't think.
care.
Yeah, I
Yes,
think they're using. I think the
yes,
Palestinians have been the most used and victimized
yes,
people in the world, and that's why it's time for a serious peace and on both sides. And who knows, man? It could end up, like a lot of times when people fight each other all the time, they end up being best friends when they sit down and talk. So who
uh,
knows?
uh, and I hope for peace. I hope that I know we're a little far away from it because both sides, the Israeli sides, they still not over the
Yeah,
tragedy
I
of
mean
October 7,
Gaza and
and Gaza, of course, and
7th,
Gaza,
exactly.
all the tragedies going on in Gaza. I think both sides are a little far away, but I think it's possible. I think it's possible to get back to the 90s. When Isaac Rabin was there, which unfortunately was assassinated by a guy, Igal Amir, who was a supporter of Bibi, unfortunately. So I hope
Yeah,
we
yeah,
get back to the
that's
table. I hope to give a new generation hope that, hey, there were countries that fought each other for centuries back in the days. At the end,
yeah.
they came and said, you know what? Let's shake hands, let the bygone be bygone.
France,
So
France and Britain had 100-year war.
Persians, the Romans, yeah, same thing. Ottomans, Romans.
So
It's possible.
one day, man. Hopefully, I
One day,
appreciate you
inshallah.
coming
Thank you
on,
so much.
man,
Thank you
and
for your
being
time. Thank you,
here.
sir.
Very moderate
Thank you.
Israeli. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Bye.
No problem. Bye bye. So there we have it, folks. I mean, that was a little refreshing right there. Thank you for coming on. For the most part, you get people that, oh, what are Palestinians? Like Judea came in and they don't exist, and kick them out to Arabia. So you see just a little bit of talk, you guys. Humans are humans. We could definitely go a long way. Tyrone, I'm here to argue. Yeah, Tyrone, of course you are. But you make yourself you make yourself look bad, right? When you do that, you make your people look bad. Tyrone, you're a funny guy too. The Iranian are using Palestinian, exactly. Yeah, I mean the Palestinians will take any help they can get, even resistance groups and whatnot. Will take any help they can get. So that's kind of where it's at right now. It's a big proxy game. It's not the Palestinians' fault that they're desperate. Just coach, are you in the request? Let me check over here. Oh, you know what? You are. I'm going to put you in over Tyrone. You're about to come in, just coach. Welcome
How's it going?
IssaTruth Live. I'm chilling, man. How you doing? You sound American.
I am.
Nice. Me too.
So, I heard you say something, and I appreciate thus far listening to you in the previous discussion. It's been very cordial. I'm not here to rain on that parade, but I do have a question.
Yeah.
What do you think a two-state solution resolves?
Resolves. I mean, I think it ends. It ends this huge conflict and this whole. I mean, it gives the Palestinians their freedom. It gives Israelis their security, especially if you have UN peacekeeping forces on the border. So I think it solves a lot. It solves basically the Arab nations would start doing business and recognize Israel more, normalize relations, and over time, I think the wounds on both sides will heal, and there could be a lasting peace. So I think it would solve a lot.
I mean, your mouth to God's ears. I'm a little less hopeful, because I don't think I've ever seen Palestinian leadership, not Palestinian people, and I think that's a very important distinction. I think Palestinian people have absolutely, I've met many individuals on this app who would be okay with a two-state solution, but I've probably heard more voices that dissent from it. And the leadership.
Same here on the other side, brother. This is TikTok. People are going to say, they're going to be triggered and say crazy stuff. So,
no doubt. I do not dispute that at all. But my curiosity is, if we do look towards the Palestinian leadership, there has never been a true two-state movement. Arafat, after announcing Oslo, goes to South Africa and tells them it's the Treaty of Hudaybiya.
Oh yeah,
you have Hamas that wants it all and makes no bones about it.
Well, I think they changed that charter, but yeah, I mean, there's an element of both sides. I mean, there's Daniela Weiss and Ben Gavir and Smoltrich and these type of guys that make no. It's the same on both sides. There's an element that wants it all. For the most part, though, I think just like me and the former guests were talking about the days of Yitzhak Rabin before he was assassinated, you can get back to that with an actual movement. Now, Palestinian leadership, just like Israeli leadership right now, I think there needs to be a reshuffling of the deck. I think that everybody needs to go, and there needs to be a whole new on the Palestinian side elections, and Bibi and his his right wingers, got to go. And then you can get to the real meat and bones of like a peace deal, especially because you kind of got it framed out already.
In that regard, I would agree, but the problem is I have not seen a large spread movement within the Palestinian territories for that.
I mean, there's not a movement in the Palestinian territories of anything besides they want freedom. They trust me. People have been living in occupation,
two states
and
get
that's the official position of the Palestinian Authority. Even as a two-state, we've been working at two-state for since even 47. The Palestinians were ready to accept the partition plan. The reason they didn't accept the partition plan was because there 250,000 Palestinians were expelled before the creation of Israel while they were talking about a partition plan. And then 55% of the land in the partition went to the Jews, even though they only made up 30% of the population, and they only owned 10% of it. So,
let's be fair that if we're going to be intellectually honest, most of that was the Negev, which is unlivable anyway.
Well, I don't know. If it was the Negev and it was so bad, then why wouldn't they accept it? It makes no sense. They were ready to accept a two-state solution. They were always ready to accept a two-state solution. And I don't know any Palestinians as a Palestinian right now from the West Bank that doesn't know that there's going to be a two-state. So like, they don't think it's going to be river to the sea Palestine. There might be an element to that, but that's the same thing you can say with Daniela Weiss and Ben Gvir and Smoltrich. There's that element is so small. People are sick of living under, in this situation. So you give them peace, you give them security. Even if they said it before, they're not gonna want to, they're not gonna want to fight anymore. That's what I think. You give somebody. I mean, if Israel says, "Hey, we're pulling out. Here's the 67 borders," this and that.
I would say the 67 borders are not feasible, just personally speaking.
Because they were feasible for a long time.
I'm not going to give people who have continually done T attacks the highest ground and a beeline to fire a rocket into Tel Aviv.
Well, if you have peacekeeping forces, you have what would your solution be then? Because I'm actually to hear from one of your an Israeli. So exactly. So I think if you have peacekeeping forces at the border for 30 years, a whole new generation is born.
I mean, I was teasing about the peacekeepers because
they kept pretty good. They kept a pretty good peace for a long time, other than this last time
with the Lebanese. I mean, never.
Well, I mean, so what's your solution? Because I haven't heard your solution or anybody on your end.
I don't know that I have one, to be honest. I used to think it was
so just leave it.
I used to think it was a two-state, but I think for me, what the aftermath, not necessarily October 7th, but what the aftermath has shown me in terms of the rhetoric, etc., is that there's no appetite from people on the other side. Now, you can point to the Daniela Weisses, sure, but we've had moments throughout Israeli history that Daniela Weiss's but Daniela Weiss's movement is tiny. It's not the vast majority. It's tiny. It doesn't make up the majority of the country.
And neither does
definitely not the majority of the
H group movement. So are you saying that most of the Palestinians are just, by the way, Gaza, half of their population is under 18. So like, you're talking like a whole bunch of kids have this rhetoric. And, are you from Israel or from the United States?
I was born there, lived there on and off.
Are you a dual citizen?
I am. Well, technically not anymore.
Were you in the IDF?
I was not.
Okay. How'd you get out of that?
So I actually, because of rules that went into place, I lost my citizenship because they came up with a rule that if you haven't returned to the country and have a mailing address or paid taxes there after a certain amount of time,
Okay.
you lose your citizenship.
Well,
But
how
I was
lucky
also
are
born
you?
there by accident, so.
How lucky are you? My dad was born there, and many generations of my family, and my dad can't go back there. So,
Yeah,
you're
listen,
lucky, man.
I get those
And we're
grievances.
Christians. We actually, and you guys can all look this up. Christian Palestinians, especially, have the biggest claim to be, or have the most similar DNA to the ancient Hebrews. You guys can look this up.
I do not dispute that the Christian community has been there for a very long time. My issue, again, and this is what I wrestle with myself about. I keep coming back to this idea that right now, Israel needs to have certain security assurances.
Mm-hmm.
And if let's say we did go 67 and use
Mm-hmm.
those borders, I'm yet to hear Palestinians be comfortable, and this is, I don't know if it's a thing about pride or what, but I'm yet to hear the Palestinian community embrace an idea of being completely demilitarized for a period of 50 years or whatever
I
the
mean,
time period might be.
that's not going to ever happen. The Palestinians would need security to secure their state, the same way the Lebanese, the Jordanians, the
Well,
Syrians, every
if you
country has
had,
a military, right?
I mean, every country has a military. Who's your fear? We have many countries that are demilitarized,
Yeah, I mean,
a la
not in
Germany,
the Middle
Japan.
East. Not in the Middle East. And
Well,
Japan is not,
so
Japan
that's
is
the
a
issue.
fierce military.
But there's the issue. No, but Japan
Well, the
was
same
demilitarized for a
security,
long time.
Palestinians need security as well. Um, I mean, you're going to keep saying like T attacks and this and that, but I mean,
Yep.
if you go look at the numbers of Palestinians just even in the West Bank unalived this year is more than, the last, 10 years of Israelis. The Palestinians need their security. They can't just, anytime Israel feels like shutting it down, it would just kind of be like an extended occupation.
But in
I
your
think
two-state world, you would
mhm,
have
two
peacekeepers ensuring that
militaries.
Israel doesn't do that.
Well,
Because
and
I
you would
don't
have
think I
peacekeepers
don't think
ensuring
you get,
Palestine doesn't do it.
but I don't think you get to the two-state without accepting
Because
demilitarization for a period of time.
how are you giving Israel the moral high ground when what they've done in Gaza? I mean, you're American, you've seen
It's
it.
not about the moral high ground. It's about doing what's necessary to survive.
Same
If
on the Palestinian side, right?
if they didn't build infrastructure
Tunnels.
into civilian living spaces, you
Do
wouldn't
you
see
know the
that type of
size of
destruction.
Gaza? There's
24 by
two.
7,
Yes, exactly. The size of what? DC?
the size of New York City,
And
roughly.
then, size of Washington, D.C. And then underneath Tel Aviv, they have military bases as well. So
They
why
do
is it
not.
okay for y'all?
They don't.
We've seen it. We've seen
They
them.
don't.
We've seen. I mean,
Prove
you
it.
can deny it, but
Prove it.
everybody's seen it. The last guy is Israeli, served in the
There's
IDF, and
no
he didn't
there's
deny it.
no there's no military bases under civilian infrastructure, sir.
Well, the last guest I had lives in Israel and served in the IDF, and he confirmed it. He didn't deny it like this. So I think when it's convenient for you guys,
What
you deny
military
it.
infrastructure is built into civilian
The
infrastructure?
Mossad, there's a Mossad base underneath I mean,
There's the
this is common
Pentagon in
knowledge.
DC. I'm not talking about that. I'm
Yeah, the
talking about
Pentagon in
military
DC.
infrastructure, weapons
Oh, okay.
caches. Where are the weapons
Oh,
caches? That's when we're talking
um.
about civilian infrastructure
So,
being weaponized in Gaza. That's what we're
do you
talking
know how
about.
many? So, why aren't they counting the children being unalived in Gaza then? Why is
What do you mean?
Smolters saying that he wants to repopulate Gaza? If it was just kind of like defeating the H group,
What do you mean?
you know. I mean, I'm just saying, like, it's, the times have changed, and like people know, people have seen like the rhetoric coming from the Israeli side. So it's like, you can say whatever you want about Gaza and why are the tunnels and all this, but they're not counting the civilians, and that's per many state representatives of Israel. I mean, you can just go on the news and see all that. They don't count the children.
What do you mean they don't
They're
count the children? I don't
Well,
follow.
when they ask, they can't tell you how many children, how many
I
civilians.
would be
They
terrified if
just
they did, because that's not their targets.
so they can't. If they can count the terrorists, why can't they count the civilians so they can actually give you a number?
Because that's who they're targeting. They can approximate how many people they've targeted that are
if they see
civilians or
four,
that are not civilians.
that
Because
makes no sense. Well, they
if
can
you're
literally tell you
if
exactly
you
how
were
many they unalived, and then they
because
can't tell you how many civilians. It's
yes,
weird.
because your military target
Were
are
you in the
military
military?
targets. No, I didn't serve.
It doesn't make sense at all.
It
At all.
does. If you were targeting
Uh,
civilians, you keep track of
and
the people you're
the United
targeting.
States, we kept track of it.
No, we didn't. We
Well,
found
you
out
can deny
afterwards
that
what that
too.
was.
Well, how come Israel won't find out or can't tell you?
We will find out after H group shores up
We,
their numbers.
but you live in
Yes.
America.
Yes, we, all of us, the world.
Okay, we. Second thing, so we'll just count later when the dust settles. If it happens to be 100,000, who cares, right? That's what you're saying.
What I'm saying is that if you count your
And then why
targets,
aren't the
so you know
journalists
who you're
allowed in?
targeting.
Because
Because we
I saw a missile almost fall on somebody in Tel Aviv.
because
A
we
reporter, an American
cannot guarantee
reporter,
their safety.
but they've been in every war zone and they don't want you to guarantee their safety. So it
It's
kind of
not their.
seems like
It's sadly not their
they have
choice.
something to hide. So it's not their choice. But they were in Iraq, Afghanistan.
They were in
They were
battlefields. This isn't a
they were
battlefield. This
in
is
the
urban.
front lines. They wanted to be. What if they wanted to be in the refugee camp or something like that? It certainly seems like Israel has a lot to hide. The H cost, they didn't let reporters in on the German side either. I mean, and then you've got guys like Gavir and Smoltrich and Bibi. I mean, it's crazy that you as a dual citizen, so an Israeli citizen, would even support this government that they have right now.
I mean, if you want to jump to the government, we can talk about that.
Do you support Trump?
I mean, he's my commander in chief. I didn't vote for him.
You didn't vote for him?
No, I'm a Democrat, sir.
Oh, so you voted for Kamala?
I did not. I actually abstained.
No,
I wrote in a third party.
All right, cool. Well, you can't vote in Israel, right?
Nope, not until I move.
What would you vote for, BB?
It's not the same. You vote for a party there and the party's candidate. I don't know that would be my first choice right now, but
Man, what about Gavir and Smoltrich? How do you feel about them?
how do I feel about them?
Yeah,
I think they're loudmouths who need to keep their mouth shut.
Yeah. I mean, I mean, haven't they been sanctioned by the UK? Hello?
Sorry, I got a phone call.
Oh, you're good. You're good. I got some people trying to come in here. I like to keep it one-on-one so that we don't have, we don't have shouting matches, dude. But your
like
solution is, yeah. So your solution to the Palestinian-Israeli conflict is, you said it was two states before. Now it's, yeah. What do you need to see?
I need to see something that
Country,
shows
I'm
me
gonna
that
let
that's
you
what they
on.
want. That's
Okay.
really like I need to see a movement from within that tells me that that's what they actually want.
Like in
Otherwise,
the
I don't think there's
90s,
any way to guarantee Israel's safety.
like in the 90s when
No, not like in the 90s, because Yasser Arafat called it a Treaty of Hudaybiya, which was
mm,
a treaty that
but did we
Prophet
not
Muhammad, quote unquote, signed and then backed out of and unalived everybody years later.
well, I don't think that would happen nowadays in 2025.
No,
But you
but
are
it was more
Jewish.
symbolic. That's what he was. That was like the
Yeah.
symbolism of it. He was saying,
Well,
I never planned on keeping the peace deal.
yeah. Well, I guess agree to disagree, huh? Have a good night, man.
You
God
too,
bless
bud.
America. All right. Country, you are Jewish and you are active duty. Are you Jewish active duty United States or Jewish active duty IDF? Of course. You guys, of course. United States. All right. Country music. Country music. Country. Where you're on, man. Welcome. Active duty. How old are you?
So Coach is my uncle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And he's also active duty US.
Oh, he just was
Yeah,
classified?
yes.
Okay, good.
I don't know if you follow Angry Tab. He's retired special forces.
Mm-mm.
He's
Who
someone
is?
he's someone you should follow. He's someone that you and him could have debates on. He's
Okay.
he's a really, really, really good TikToker. But yeah, I don't know if you've seen my videos, but Hex Staff JD and our Commander in Chief just declared a draft.
Ooh. Well, good thing I'm not. I'm too old to be drafted.
Yeah, it's 18 to 26, and then if you're active duty, you're still active.
Oof.
But
how do you feel about that?
Honestly,
Or can you talk about these things?
Yes, I can.
Our soldiers can talk about whatever they want. I feel like, right?
We can talk about stuff, but there are certain things that we can't talk about. I can't talk about our Commander in Chief. But
okay.
yeah, I can't say him, but I feel like my nieces and my nephews who are underage, who are minors, I'm worried about. Sorry, I have burp. Yes, I'm worried about my cousins. Yes, I'm worried about my dad's side of the family. My brothers are all deployed. My dad just came out of veteran status. My dad went to Iraq and Afghanistan. I lost family in between Iraq and Afghanistan. So.
Yeah, I had a lot of buddies. I'm 38, so I had a lot of buddies serve and go over there, and they came back with a whole different outlook on.
Yeah, I mean,
on even like Muslims and everything, you know.
So I will say this: my cousin, my dad, and my cousin came back. The rest of my family didn't. My cousin came back completely a monster. He came back violent as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
My dad came back calm, cool, and collective, but my cousin came back as Jekyll and Hyde. Yeah.
Yeah, well, we're Americans. We're not built to go there and do the kind of things that we were doing. We're, you know, I also had buddies that trained. I train mixed martial. I used to. Now I haven't done it for a good year. I'm getting old and I got arthritis. But I've heard some stories about, you know, even the type of stuff like the superiors would make, you know, like getting marched into ambushes and whatnot. So I'm sorry y'all had to go through that.
So I will say this. So I'm 30. I grew up with the shark attacks, the yelling, the hands-on, the physical. I grew up with us getting hosed. I grew up with the old school shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And nowadays, truth.
It's not like that anymore, huh?
No, it's not. Our military is cookie watered down. Our military is so, how do I say it? Soft, woke, our leaders don't care about our military. Our commander in chief is a joke.
Yeah, well, me as an American, like I was super against even helping Israel or even like especially like getting into another Middle
By the
East
way,
war.
I have to say, I love your hat.
Thank you, thank you. It's a Sherwin-Williams hat. I don't know.
I love it.
So I'm from Texas, and they like to put camo on everything. So even Sherwin-Williams has camo hats out here.
I will say this: go Dallas Cowboys.
All right. I'm originally from Cleveland, Ohio, so Cleveland Browns fan. But yeah, go Cowboys. They are Texas's team.
I will say this: other countries are going into lockdown. The National Guard is out in New York City. New Jersey's on lockdown. California's on lockdown. Other countries are starting to follow through.
Yeah.
I think. I don't know if you heard about the bombing in New Jersey this past week.
No, I did not, actually. I didn't hear about it.
A mosque got boomed.
Oh, yeah, you know what? I heard that. I heard something similar, but yeah, I mean, it's crazy. The world's crazy right now.
There was an explosion in New Jersey this morning. They don't know if it was terrorism or not. There's a video just came out from New York City. They think that something else just happened. I mean, the whole world is
it's nuts, and we're all human, and I mean, like you said, you serve, so you know that you're still serving. So that myth of like I'm a Christian Palestinian, like that's my I'm American, but my parents are from Palestine, but we're Christians. We live alongside the Muslims. So we never had that,
I mean, like
misconception.
Like my commander, my boss, he is, he wears a turban on his head, but he is so cool. He is so badass.
Well, because it's America, we're a melting pot of different people,
But when I talked to him, he said that the military is not the same anymore. They're allowing people who have records, who have criminal records, who have juvenile records.
Yeah. No, the draft will be crazy though. So hopefully our military stays. I mean, I don't know. I just don't want to see us going to war because, like you said, I don't think these young guys can take it. Imagine them touching down in Iran.
Yeah, I mean, I would say this: my entire family right now is deployed.
Wow.
They're between the Middle East, Poland, Germany.
You said you were Jewish, huh? So you don't eat pork.
What? Yeah.
You said you were. Okay. I was gonna say if anybody's in Poland and you want to eat something good, there's this it's called white borscht. It's called surik. It's super good. Yeah, but it has pork in it.
Yeah, my brother. One of my brothers is in Poland. The other two are in Germany. And my brother just got back. I've got a brother who's in the Navy. He just got back from the Red Sea. And then let's see who else is in the family. That's Elijah. He's Army.
Are you guys from Appalachia?
So me and my brothers, we were all born in North Carolina on Fort Bragg.
Mm-hmm.
So you can tell the North Carolina accent's coming out.
Well, no. I swear it wasn't that. It's just you do know that's where most of our soldiers come from. Is that region of the United States.
I'll say this: we have a base in Jersey. We've got two bases actually. One base I can't fucking talk about because I want to talk about it because I get to hear it every single night. But my stepmom is Air Force. She's
smart.
She's very smart. She loves baking and she does care packages for her troops.
I like a different kind of baking, but yeah. Can you all do that in the military?
Yeah, we can send. Yeah, so there are family members who will send out care packages.
Oh, nice.
Yes. I can tell you, I haven't received a care package. My brothers have not received care packages from our family. My stepmom's sister, who's broke, refused to send us care packages. So I've been harping on my aunt about it. But yeah, I mean, with everything going on with the country, it sucks.
Yeah. I mean, we need to come to some type of peace.
I would like
the Gaza stuff needs to stop. The whole world needs to just stop, reset.
I think Benjamin Netanyahu got our country into this. I think
he's dependent on Ben Gvir and Smoltrich and these type of guys. And they have him like backed into a corner to where he's kind of doing whatever they want. I think Israel needs to reset the deck for sure.
So guess this. So guess who is Trump's right-hand man? They removed JD and they brought in Hank Williams.
Yeah, I heard something like that.
I knew this was coming. Holy fucking moly.
Well, hopefully there will be peace between everybody in Palestine and Israel. You know, hopefully Gaza stops. I appreciate you coming on.
I mean,
go ahead. I'm sorry.
So the ceasefire deal did not hold.
No, it didn't.
Which I was very angry about. I was like, I kind of knew it wasn't going to hold, but.
I mean, you kind of knew where you got Bibi. You know, at this point, the Palestinians are ready for anything to hold.
Yeah.
But Bibi's not. You know, I think they have bigger designs on Gaza. So I'm glad you, as a Jewish American, can say that, because a lot of people won't admit it. So you know.
Yeah. By the way, if you have
congratulations.
By the way, if you have family members who are in the military, you might want to get in touch with them, because all of our ships are leaving tomorrow and tonight.
Oh crap! You guys are all going to the Middle East?
It looks like it.
Oh, breaking news, y'all!
All of our ships are leaving.
Hopefully, you guys just go on a little Middle East cruise and nothing crazy happens, huh?
Yeah, but get in touch with your family. Let them know how that their military personnel are looking out for them.
Definitely. I will. Thank you so much for coming on. Stay safe out there. Well, there you have it, guys. Somebody on active duty, a Jewish American, telling you that Bibi is not good for Israel. Breaking news. The United States military is shipping on out to the Middle East. You heard it here first on IssaTruth Live, y'all. So there we go. Country music is his niece. Yeah, why do you think Bibi attacked Iran? I think Bibi attacked Iran to get the focus off and the heat off of what was going on in Gaza. Like, the world started turning the heat up on them. So, we haven't seen anybody, and I've even been guilty of this myself. And I started focusing on more making like Gaza type videos, because I don't want to take our eyes off of Gaza. But it kind of worked. It's still going on over there. Would have loved to hear opinion, bro. You know it, Bobby. My guy Bobby. Her opinion. Yeah, I would have. I mean, she seemed very moderate and more American. Her uncle, I guess, he's a little bit older, so that generation, man, of Americans, especially if he's a dual citizen, that's why he felt the way he felt. She seemed actually, Bobby, like super, super down to earth and peaceful. So for sure. Yeah. So let me see if I got anybody else trying to join us. We had a few people. So what do you guys think about, the leak coming out saying that like the nuke sites are okay? From where? Well, Coach was like, "Hey, he's top secret." Jack, you must be a Zio because you came in question form, like you all do. Does one of my Zionist people in here want to tell Jack what's going on? When you come into this live, all the old tired stuff, it doesn't work. We've seen it all. When was Palestine formed? British state says what? I don't know. So apparently Palestinians must not exist is what Jack's trying to say. Yeah, see, Ted Pie, that's what I'm saying. It was a leak, right, out of the White House. Just proven wrong time and time again. Not a Zio, just proven wrong. You're proven wrong time and time again? That sucks, Jack. Jack commenting from Cyprus. Must be nice in Cyprus. Oh, Jack, you're in Cyprus. You say you're not a Zio, but did you flee? Are you one of the ones that flee on the cruise ship? At least you're safe, huh? And Jack, Zionist people did what? I don't even know what Zionist people did what. Zionist people did a lot to the Palestinians, you guys. They're still doing it. And they had a whole war with Iran. They had a whole war with Lebanon. And all that time, they're still unaliving children. You're this incredibly racist. Brian, are you a native English speaker? How am I racist, Brian? I'm a Palestinian. I'm a minority. How is Palestine formed? The concept of Palestine, Jackie? Real quick, the same way Israel was formed. It was a British mandate. There was a partition, and here you go. There's Palestinians, the same way Syria, Lebanon, all that. Before that, it was all the Ottoman Empire. It was called Syria Palestina. Ted Pie, that's true. Just like the concept of Israel comes from the Zionist. Same thing, guys. It's the same thing. Yeah, they attacked the Irish. Well, that's what he said. Oh, well, they didn't keep the peace. Theodore Herschel. Thank you, Ted Pie. Theodore Herschel. So, there we go. Ted Pie. Ted Pie coming in with the Zionist history. But yeah, I mean, the same way Israel became an idea, before Palestinians, it was a pan-Arab thing. They wanted to all be Arab. And then, when they started getting states, Palestinians came with the concept. Nobody wants them, Brian Bird. They must be horrible. Nobody wants them. Nobody wants them. Well, we know Brian's take on this, y'all. Thank you, Brian. No two-state solution, no nothing. Kick them all out to Arabia, man. You know what's going to end up happening, Brian, which you're probably in Israel, so you don't care, except you. They're all going to end up migrating west if you guys don't give them a homeland. Then you're going to have to deal with them over here. So you might as well keep them over there, right? Give them the state. Give them the land. Or we're coming here with our kebabs and our falafel, and our nice beards and our olive skin, and then, the women love us. Israel came from Genesis, yeah. My DNA ties me straight to, I can claim to be a Hebrew DNA-wise. My village where my family's from was in the Bible and in Josephus. So I'm a child of Israel as well as many Palestinians are. They just over time converted, y'all. Expelled from all Arab states. Well, guess where we aren't expelled from? United States, United Kingdom, Germany, France. Happy to have you as Israelite. Well, they won't give me a settlement home, and my family still lives under occupation. Maybe you guys could talk to them for me, huh? An Arab myth that identity seekers buy into. Oh, okay. An Arab myth. So were there people living in that land? Or was it a land with no people for people with no land, Brian? I don't know. Just weird when people are like, well, there's no such thing as Palestinians and, and Arabs. Like there's a Levantine DNA and an Arab DNA. There are people living there. They lived there for thousands of years. Even the Arabs lived there for 1,000 years. So, what are they going to do? Thank you, Ted Pye. Now, me and Ted Pye, we started off a little rough, but we're going to have a beer in Tel Aviv and a beer in the West Bank one day. Brian, floating into the United States for jobs? Stop starting wars. Peace out, Bobby. Take it easy. You make your own luck in this world, Bobby G. You make your own luck. What village is my family from? We are from Taiba Ephraim, mentioned in John 11:54 of the New Testament, in Josephus. Before that, we have a beer brewery smack dab in the middle of Muslim country. You guys that think Muslim people are crazy, like my people would be the first people to get taken out if they were. So that's definitely a misconception. We hold an Oktoberfest as well, a Palestinian Oktoberfest. Don't let people, there's Jewish Palestinian people. Don't let people fool you into thinking this is a religious thing. Opinions built on myths. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of opinions. You seem to have a lot of them. Big B, Big Brian. Brian, are you American or are you Israeli? It's so hard to tell, they get dual citizenship, like, sheesh. Well, I'm lucky to be American, that's for sure, but I wish I could go get, like, Palestinian citizenship or, like, even Israeli citizenship. Give me some citizenship over there, y'all. You have your share of empty, unqualified opinions. Well, and that's your opinion, Brian. As an American, I'm a 1A guy. You're entitled to it. So, convert to Judaism. Why do I have to convert to Judaism? Why can't I just have the DNA and be, a secular Christian and, to get to see? That's, that is the problem, you guys. When they tell you that, there's Muslims say, like, wait, if I convert to Judaism, maybe they'll give me citizenship. You think I'll get a settlement home too, y'all? We want you to be a Christian Israeli. I just want to be a Palestinian. Like, I want to be I want to be an American because, wait, I'm sorry for you. You find an identity built around history. Brian, my DNA is definitely all the history I need. I don't know if you're Jewish or not, but if you go to church on Sundays, you probably worship somebody that looked very close to what I look like. So yeah, go find life. Go find life. B Netanyahu. Is this the B Netanyahu? Man, guys, IssaTruth Live has made it, y'all. We got BB live. Go find life. Okay, BB, just don't. We got Mossad on me right now. Tyrone, do I have a job? I guess. I don't know. I work for myself, so I do pretty well. I'm retired. I get to sit around all day and smoke funny cigarettes and talk smack to people like you. So, hey, I'm living the American dream, brother. You would love to give me a pager? I bet you would. I bet you would. Are you threatening an American citizen now? Joking. There's something slightly pathetic about people who build identity on myths. Oh, okay, Brian Burr Music. Thank you, Brian Burr Music. Hey, Brian, I have a lot of people in the music industry, actually, that I know. So I'm going to definitely remember that name and give them your name. And holding the mic doesn't mean you have an argument. Brian, I think you're arguing with yourself right now. Like you're making yourself mad right now, brother. Relax, man. You just call people dance and make absurd constructs. You guys, newcomers. He does. I know it's funny. He's like Ted Pye. He's like using words like constructs. Like, man, Brian, you know what? You are the smartest guy ever, and I can't debate you anymore. I don't even know what we were debating, guys. Oh man. Like honestly, you guys, I don't even understand Brian's comments. So maybe he is just like on a different level than I am, because oops, call people names, generalizations. Tyrone, I can't take you seriously. That's why, dude. I just can't. And I feel like you're gonna. You got to come to this live a little bit more before I let you on. But you're starting to become cool. I don't know. I don't like. I just the picture like Ted Pye's Ted Pye. Tyrone Long. You know what? With a black man as his picture, it's weird because I don't know who I'm talking to. I like arguing whatever position you take. Yeah, I mean, I could see that. You mentioned that you have friends that are Jewish. I like to hear that. Yeah, I have friends that are Jewish. I have friends that are Muslim. I don't know. What do you want to hear about my Jewish friends? We used to argue all the time, Israel and Palestine. Thank God my Jewish friends now, though, they can agree that what Israel's doing is in Gaza, is uncalled for. So, yeah, even my Jewish friends who supported Israel before and still probably do, can come out and admit fault with this government and what's happening in Gaza. Why do people say that if Israel falls, the West will fall as well? I don't know, because it's just another thing they say to keep people caring about Israel. Do you talk politics? Yeah, no. My friends and I, no, we don't. We don't talk politics. That's true, Tekanina. That's true. One state solution only. Tyrone, go ahead, finish your joke. One state solution. The final solution. We heard it before, dude. Tyrone. Better call. Remember Erica Badu, y'all? This is how old I am. My IRGC money's gone? I don't know. I don't have IRGC money. You know what kind of money I have? I have like American money. So, yeah, definitely, Real Benda, Jew money. I guess. I'm not all the way there yet, y'all. I'm trying to be, though. Over time, though. Give me some time. It's all Jewish. Yeah, the whole concept is, Wolfie. Wolfie, you came in hot just out of nowhere. I can join Golani? Nah, man. I'm not joining none of that. Money will convert to Judaism. Oh, I mean, our peoples, we've been dealing with money longer than anybody. That's probably why, Palestinians and Israelis are so damn good at making it. Were you on Mahedonesi? No, I was not. They never let me touch the ball. I was an offensive lineman, y'all. Yeah, I bet. I'm pretty I mean, I don't know about weaponry and like war tactics and stuff, but like hand-to-hand combat, I'm pretty good. Just like innocent people. Exactly, Tekanina. Everybody's innocent. What should Israel done and said, or they have to react October 7th? What should they have done? I don't know. I mean, cause, effect, reactions, like all this stuff. Like, I wonder why October 7th, like, even happened. And then at the same time, like, Israel did the pager thing. They did all that stuff in Iran. Like, how did they not know it was coming? I think this is all a setup. So yeah, what martial arts do I do now? Well, the last 8 months, I haven't done any because I'm 38 and I have like really bad arthritis. But before that, I kickboxed and I am almost a purple belt in jiu-jitsu. So I would say mixed martial arts. Used to train at a place in Cleveland, Ohio called Strong Style. I don't know. Stipe Miocic was trained at the gym. I never got to train with him because he'd probably kick my butt. But why Pakistan loved Trump? Peace award in America is well. I don't know, Tekanina. I mean, America's America, man. America loves to bomb things. Why don't I join the IDF? I'd rather join the American military. I don't think the IDF is at all moral anymore. I don't think they, I don't think they deserve me. Tyra and Pallywood. That's funny though that you guys like. A lot of you guys think they just like make up like everybody's just chilling. The other day I had a guy on saying there were ice cream shops in Gaza and like people were like making shawarmas and all this stuff. Wasn't there hostages in the hospital? So IDF went to the hospital. I don't know. Most, to be honest, I don't know. I think we had this debate yesterday. There's like 53 IDF soldiers left in custody of H group. So they're more like POWs. IDF there to fight a normal war. Well, they're not counting the civilians, they're only counting terrorists, so they can't even tell you how many civilians they unalived. So I don't think that's and they're still taking L's. Like I thought by now, like they'd have stuff figured out, but I think they just lost 7 people today. No good places. In Austin, Texas, I haven't found any good ones yet, y'all. I'm sure Houston has a lot of good ones. I don't like Houston much. Out of all the Texas cities, I don't like Houston. You know what? They should have gave the H group a bunch of pagers, y'all. They should have just, should have had a little retaliation. Just let, can I cuddle you? Tyrone. You could if you want. The Palestinians, we support the gay cause. You would love to cuddle me. I'm a big guy. I used to be bigger, but you get older, you got to lose weight. They should have gave them pagers. How much did you lose recently? How much gray did I lose recently? None, man. I've been getting gray like crazy. But yeah, they should have done some spectacular Mossad stuff, or at least count the civilians, let the reporters in. There's a lot of stuff they're doing, and the thing that's crazy is they'll claim that they're doing everything in their power, but the whole world knows they're hiding something now, y'all. The whole world has seen it. I think we bounced. Yeah, they should have raised the whole place down. You know what they should have done? They should have just. Didn't they raise the whole place down, Wolfie? That's another thing, guys. It's been like, 70, 80 years since World War II? Like, we can't keep going to World War II and being like, hey, this is You know what I'm saying? Nukes weren't even around until World War II. Now we have crazier stuff than that. So war is a whole different type of what's it called? What are you saying, Ted? By several times aside from Rogers, who's your favorite Golden Bear that went pro? That's a good one. Somebody you guys probably. I guess I could say Marshawn Lynch, but Rogers, Lynch. Lynch was a cool dude. He was down to earth. Can't find a lighter for the green leafy substance. Damn, that sucks, Tyrone. I've been there, bro. That freaking sucks. Back in the day, Tony Gonzalez was cool, but I liked Antonio Gates growing up, so I always had something against TG. Use matches. Yeah, use matches. Just like puff it like a couple puffs, don't like do it like it's a lighter, and you should be fine. Maybe that's what everybody's got to do over there. Maybe we should just like smoke everybody out in freaking Israel and Palestine, and then just like have everybody come together, huh? I wonder if the IDF has any like end game or like, we haven't heard their end game yet. We don't know much. We just know it keeps still going on. You guys like my cup, by the way? This is the silhouette of my dog, Athena. It's funny. We get the Palestinian and the Israeli. This might be the. Do I speak Hebrew? Nah, not too much. Let me come in Hebrew only. No, I don't speak Hebrew. I only speak Arabic, English, and a little bit of Spanish. I know some Hebrew words. I know a little bit of Aramaic words, I guess. Not too many, though. But I have cousins that speak like fluent Hebrew in the West Bank. Free Israel. Scoobert. You guys. How long have I been on here, you guys? I think I've been on here for a couple hours, and my wife is home from work, y'all. So I might end this. I might end our live today, you guys. It was good talking to y'all. Like I said, I'm a Palestinian. We have many Israelis on here. We can come to an agreement, you guys. We can end this almost 100-year-long conflict. Free Israel. Free Eretz Israel. Okay, and free Palestine. Only one Israeli. No, man, Scoober came in. He came in hot like all the other Zionists come in here and do. But it was good talking to you guys. I'm definitely going to be back on. I'm sure a lot of you guys already follow me. If you don't, follow me, and you'll see when I come back on live. Thank you. Salam and shalom and peace, y'all.